The Ondo State House of Assembly has declared the Deputy Governor, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, acting Governor of the state. This is sequel to a letter of medical leave forwarded to the House by Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. A report just read us now says, while addressing journalists at the Assembly complex, the Speaker, Olamide Oladiji, said the move became imperative following doctors' advice on the need for the Governor to seek medical attention. The Speaker will maintain that Governor Akeredolu's action is in line with the Constitution, also informed that this is the 5th time the 10th Assembly would receive a letter from the Executive since assumption of office in June 2023. He affirmed that the Deputy Governor would assume responsibilities of the Governor in acting capacity until there is a written declaration to the contrary. He therefore expressed optimism that the Governor would soon resume duty.
An administrative issue, a statutory issue, and a constitutional issue. The situation where Mr. Governor will forward a letter to us, and it is now my duty as the Speaker of Ondo State House of Assembly to communicate that to the Clerk of the House that he should put up a letter of which that will convey my approval to the Secretary to the State Government. So that has been the process since I came in as the Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly. The letter will come. I have received the letter. So my duty now, is to give instruction to the Clerk of the House to put up a letter of approval, of which I'm going to approve, and then we forward it to the SSG, and then from there, you guys can continue to build on that.
Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly, Olamide Oladiji, speaking there on the transfer of power from Governor Akeredolu to his deputy. Ondo State House of Assembly has charged the management of State Ministry of Water Resources, Public Sanitation and Hygiene to ensure sustainable water supply through the provision of potable water for all residents. Chairman, House Committee on Water Resources, Public Sanitation and Hygiene, Mr. Suleiman Mohammed, during a visit to the ministry, started with the responsibility of providing potable water and hygiene for the people, commended the Kamumi Aketi Water Scheme. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshilola Adesoye Ajayi now reports.
The need to ensure that the people of Ondo State have access to potable water and proper hygiene informed the establishment of Ministry of Water Resources, Public Sanitation and Hygiene in July 2019. And in order to ensure that the ministry saddled with the responsibility of ensuring healthy living of citizenry through provision of water and hygiene is living up to expectations, members of House Committee on Water Resources, Public Sanitation and Hygiene visited the ministry. While welcoming the team of legislators, the Commissioner for Water Resources, Public Sanitation and Hygiene, Mr. Fatai Olotu, highlighted some of the achievements of the ministry and assured of its efforts at sustaining all developmental projects under its purview. Mr. Olotu, who reiterated the readiness of the ministry to continue to carry the legislators along in the scheme of things, sought the support of the Assembly at all times.
Most of these schemes are not monitored. In fact, we don't have any monitoring scheme. As at the time as we are talking, Ìlú Titun, Òkè-Ègbò, Òkìtìpupa, Ìlú Àní, Ọ̀bà, they have capacity to provide water. What I mean by having capacity is that we have everything, every facility for them to provide water on ground. They are there.
Chairman of the committee, Mohammed Sulaiman, who applauded the ministry for effective rehabilitation of boreholes for rural dwellers through the Kamumi Aketi Water Scheme, called for sustainability of such policy beyond this administration. Mr. Sulaiman also tasked the ministry to ensure increased access to safe sanitation and hygiene with a view to enhancing the health and general well-being of the citizenry.
I commend the minister myself because I have been able to do some personal research about what is going on in the water resources or the water corporation itself. And for me, to have prepared to to actually actualize that dream on the paper. So with that, I think I have to commend the governor, the commissioner, and all the teams that work hard to get that grant on board.
Meanwhile, General Manager, Rural Water Scheme Agency, RUWASA, Rotimi Oladimeji, and his counterpart in the ministry, Mr. Bisi Oyebode, informed that the ministry had rehabilitated 2,163 boreholes in 1,265 communities and provided 88 functional water facilities in 15 local government areas of the state. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
Still staying with the activities of legislators in Ondo State, the Ondo State House of Assembly has promised to give support to the executive arm of government in an effort to implement innovations aimed at enhancing efficiency and speedy operations of the civil service for overall development. The Chairman, House Committee on Human Capital, Olatunji Oshati, will lead other members of the committee on a familiarization visit to the office of the head of service, said the legislators will not hesitate to work out laws that will continue to enhance service delivery. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi again reports.
The important role of the workers to day-to-day running of government business in Ondo State, coupled with the need to ensure their welfare, formed the basis of the meeting between members of Ondo State House of Assembly Committee on Human Capital and the head of service, Pastor Kayode Ogundele. The committee, led by its chairman, Olatunji Oshati, appreciated Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for prioritizing the welfare of workers in the state. While describing Ondo State workers as the engine room of government, Oshati called for continuous training and retraining of workers for optimal performance.
No matter how good one is, there will always be improvements. And he has talked about his own experience. So I want you to at least take it up and see how we can improve, and it's to the betterment of the regime, because whatever one does, it's history that we always await you at the end of your tenure. And we pray that history will be kind to you as you continue to pilot the affairs of the civil servants.
The head of service, Pastor Kayode Ogundele, who outlined some of the government's efforts towards boosting the morale of workers in the state, also informed that plans are underway to build the capacity of workers in the state.
The Reform Office is an innovation, a creation of the need to ensure that the civil service is able to perform beyond what people, the traditional way people know us, the bureaucratic way. The Reform Office is like an innovation office, where we want to see how we can begin to train and develop the capacity of our workers in such a way that they will become more innovative in the way they discharge their duties.
On recruitment criterion, Ogundele advised young individuals who wish to work in the state civil service to acquaint themselves with basic computer skills, noting that the state is joining other countries of the world to drive its economy through ICT. Other members of the committee assured that the House will continue to support the office of the head of service with legislative provisions so that the workforce will keep on delivering their best. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
The meeting, which had in attendance business owners, artisans and heads of market traders, aimed to address their concerns about business networking. The Commissioner for Commerce, Industry and Cooperative Services, Akinwumi Sowore, said the state is endowed with vast mineral resources which could be tapped into. He said government is ready to partner with individuals or groups to tap into these potentials. Mr. Showore said the state government has put in place policies and a strong security architecture to ensure ease of doing business. He assured the artisans and the heads of market traders that a template on export strategy and guidelines for 2023 to 2030 is being put in place to assist business owners.
Exportation is one of the major key players in economic growth. The more we export and the less we import, the more our surplus sees balance of trade increases and the better for our nation. This is the reason the state government is taking the bull by the horns to come up with a robust and functional strategy and guideline for seamless and remarkable export operations in Ondo State.
The guest speaker, Dr. Patrick Tolani, took the participants through the importance and benefits of international trade.
Is to let participants of this stakeholders meeting or stakeholders engagement to really understand the framework of international trade. See, people just believe you can export, but there are lots of rules that guide the export business that an average farmer or an average producer of different things know nothing about. And these are the things that govern what they do.
Participants described the engagement as timely.
Enhance our product in Ondo State to be exported. And if we are not exporting, how do we earn dollars? How do we earn sterling? How do we earn fortune for the state? And that's why the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industries is now organizing a forum like this, such that we can have a full understanding on the documents that are required for export strategies in Ondo State.
There should be actual engagement hereafter, and the Permanent Secretary and the Commissioner have graciously agreed to that proposal, that there should be proper engagement where nitty-gritty of many of these things will be discussed, so we can actually have a true roadmap that we are going to follow to be able to achieve our goals.
They expressed optimism that such engagement will no doubt galvanize economic activities in the state.
Keepers of food and nutrition communication, experts at a one-day training program organized for media managers by the Ministry of Information and Orientation, emphasize the importance of the media in advocating good nutritional values for members of society. Kemisola Demo reports that the Commissioner for Information, Bamidele Ademola Olateju, a counterpart from the Economic Planning and Budget, Mr. Emmanuel Ibaso, permanent secretaries, directors, as well as heads of departments were present at the workshop.
And the prevalence of malnutrition in Ondo State, according to the 2021 Multiple Indicators Cluster Survey, reveals that about 13.4% of children under 5 years were underweight, 24% were stunted, and 6.6% were wasted. The need for urgent steps to secure the future generation informed the decision of the State Ministry of Information and Orientation to organize a one-day workshop with the theme, Role of Media in Food and Nutrition Communication. The workshop was another wake-up call for the pen pushers to take up roles in awareness creation on the essence of sound nutrition. The Director of Nutrition on the State Primary Health Care Development Agency, Mrs. Lucy Akinkotu, who highlighted the consequences of malnutrition, stated that if not addressed, malnutrition is transmitted from generation to generation.
We need to eat so that we'll be able to grow, we'll be able to survive, and our women and children will develop. So there's need for good food, and the food must be good in quality and quantity.
An agronomist, Mrs. Kende Ayonlowo from the Ministry of Agriculture, who said fruits and vegetables constitutes a very vital part of daily diets. Added that information officers have an important role to play in nutrition communication.
Nutritional status of our people, of our cities, really of our populace is bad, most especially women and children. So to this end, we see the need to tell the populace that there's the need for you to have a home garden. Just cultivate it at the back of your house, whereby you have leaf and fruits, vegetable.
The coordinator of the workshop, the Director of Planning, Research and Statistics, Mrs. Jumoke Akadiri, said the ministry will create more platforms through synergy with media organizations to sensitize the public on the importance of nutritional value foods.
I know all our media officers, especially the information officers that have come here today, they will pass on the information to all their ministries, the MDAs. So through that, people will know the importance of food, what you are supposed to eat, and the good nutrition for each and every one of us.
Earlier in his goodwill message, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Economy, Planning and Budget, and Chairman of the State Committee on Food and Nutrition, Mr. Bayo Philip, represented by Mr. Adewale Adeboyejo, said the workshop was timely, considering the various nutritional challenges that are currently facing the states and the country at large. The chief host of the workshop, Commissioner for Information and Retention, Mrs. Bamidele Ademola Olateju, who was represented by Mrs. Toyin Onishile, said the media has a social responsibility to create, raise and sustain public awareness of the values, functions and benefits of nutrition.
It's not poverty that has brought the malnutrition in our society today. One, because people are not informed. Two, nonchalant attitude of people. And we don't prioritize our health.
She said the Ondo State government will continue to engage media on nutrition communication. Kemi Solojom, Osrc News.
Staff of Local Government Service Commission in Ondo State have undergone training on healthy lifestyle and efficient service delivery. Addressing participants during the one-day seminar in Akure, the Ondo State capital, Chairman of the Commission, Femi Idris, declared that the training is pertinent given the prevailing economic challenges. Among Alambiji reports that outstanding members of staff were rewarded during the event.
The workshop, with the theme Excellent Strategic Health Management and Developmental Skills in the Local Government Service, is to engage staff on the importance of healthy lifestyle. In his address, Chairman, Local Government Service Commission, Femi Idris, said the workshop is apt, going by the financial burden occasioned by the fuel subsidy removal on Nigerians and socio-economic related issues. He encouraged participants to maximize the training's opportunity to do the necessary things to improve on their health.
The Commission, within available resources, has deemed it to put together this workshop. All invitations, in fact, directly into the lives of the beneficiaries. I want to say that with the team and the caliber of the source persons selected, for this workshop, I am convinced that we shall richly blessed and equipped with the new knowledge in relation to health.
Declaring the event open, Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Amidu Takuro, maintained that Ondo State government has invested hugely on workers and would not encourage actions that are detrimental to their well-being.
You are expected to justify your inclusion in the program by your improved performances on the job as you put to use the knowledge to be gained in this workshop, which is aimed at improving your health status.
In his remarks, Chairman, Planning Committee, Ifeji, confirmed that the training is required at this time, going by the poor standard of living of Nigerians.
Today's workshop will not only be theoretical, but will also be of a practical nature as health tests,
shall be conducted by members of staff, especially the women.
Participants applauded the government for putting up the initiative.
This year, it is specifically packaged to ensure that we take care of our health, that anybody without good health cannot perform effectively.
It will afford me the opportunity to know how to take care of my health as a staff, how to balance my work with taking care of my personal health, so that I will be able to stay healthy, to be more productive to the local government system.
Lectures on effective team leaders' guide to teamwork and team building and overview was delivered by Dr. Shola Imoru from Adekunle Ajashin University, Akungba Akoko, as well as stress management as panacea to healthy living, well-being, and positive longevity and productivity was handled by Director, Disease Control, Prevention and Immunization, Ondo State Primary Health Care Board, Dr. Victor Adefesoye, Omori Olahungbeji, Osrc News.
Farmers have been urged not to neglect the place of prayers to complement their toiling and efforts to make food available to the people. At the prayer session by members of Ondo State Agricultural Commodities Association of Nigeria, Osrc, they sought renewed strength for Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, harmony and bountiful harvest for farmers and agripreneurs. The farmers also sought God's protection for the security of lives and property of farmers. The reports.
Farmers and agripreneurs under the umbrella of Ondo State Agricultural Commodities Association, Osrc, converged on Akure, the state capital, from different areas. Their convergence was for a special prayer session to seek the face of God over matters that concern them and the state. Among the prayer points are for God to restore Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu to his full strength, fertile land for bountiful harvest, and security of lives and property of farmers. Osrc Chairman Bengal Bawaya described Governor Akeredolu as a lover of farmers and the need to identify with him.
What is important to us is that those of us that gathered are of one mind, that there is a need for us to gather to pray, and that as we gather to pray, that God will hear us, because we believe in God's intervention in the affairs of men, and that is why we gather to ask him for things that are beyond our strength, which we believe that with his intervention, a difference will be made.
He also emphasized the importance of prayers to the success of their activities.
Hope to see our governor return safely very soon, because we must say that we have missed him, especially concerning his voice in national issues, as per even the agricultural sector, not on general issues of the country alone, but specifically for us in the agric sector. There are a number of things that we believe that if he was at full strength and at work, he would have spoken up on behalf of Ondo State farmers, on behalf of farmers in the southwest, about some issues that have to do with agribusiness. So we have been missing him, and we hope that as a result of our prayers, God answering our prayers, he will be available to start to speak up for us once again.
The chairman, Ondo State Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, Bishop Joshua Opanyenka, will lead the special prayers, urge farmers to be conscious of their actions on the people.
Thank God that we have all come to pray, and we have believed that God have answered our prayer, both for our governor, both for ourselves, and both for Ondo State in general. Well, my advice to the colleague farmer is that let's ensure that we do our farming work very well. Let's put in all our best, and let's ensure that we produce food for the masses to eat.
Members of the association expressed confidence of answered prayers.
There is nothing God cannot do. And it's only in the place of prayers that God will rise up to answer prayers over that object of prayer.
These farmers and agropreneurs returned to their various endeavors armed with renewed vigor that the tilling and efforts will bring forth bountiful harvest. Sahid Aribisala.
A building has collapsed at Ayodun Street in Accra, the Ondo State capital, killing 2 people, including a 9-year-old baby. An overhead water tanker, was said to have fallen on the building, thus wreaking the havoc. The mother and the 9-day-old baby, who was christened yesterday, died instantly, while the elder sister of the baby and the grandmother sustained varying degrees of injuries. At the time of this report, security personnel had evacuated the dead bodies, while the injured ones are now receiving treatment at an ongoing hospital. We'll bring you the details of that and more in the course of the bulletin. National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, Orita Bele, Futa Axis in Accra, has organized a Christmas carol to mark the Yuletide. Organizers of the event carried a fascia while addressing the gathering. Said pupils were engaged to feel the impact of the birth of Jesus Christ. West South reporter Titilai Oluyemide reports that events which brought together pupils from private primary schools in the Orita Bele, Futa Axis, was held at an amusement park in Ikota, the federal local government area of Ondo State. Report.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. This explained the reason National Association of Proprietors and Proprietresses of Private Schools in Orita Obele, Futa area brought together their pupils to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. 9 different nursery and primary schools participated in the event. They rendered various Christmas tunes, while others engaged in different games to celebrate the season. The event organizer, Mr. Kayode Fashua, while celebrating the children, said Christmas Carol is one of the avenues where children are being celebrated and feel loved in society.
This is the end of year party, our Christmas Carol.
Some proprietresses maintained that they are determined to celebrate the children despite high cost of commodities and paucity of funds.
We bring the children here for Christmas Carol to play, to have fun, and to rejoice for the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ.
It signifies unity. This program is organized by NAPS, Orita Obele, and Futa. So we came together to organize the program because we discovered that the price of things is on the high side. And if we are to be doing this program on individual schools basis, it will take a lot of money. But by us coming together, we are able to minimize the little we have, and you can see what we are able to get today.
The elected pupils expressed joy to be part of the event.
I'm happy to be in this event today.
I feel so happy, joyful.
High point of the event was the visit to Father Christmas, where the pupils received gift items with excitement and admiration.
We've come to the end of Sunshine Reports. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.